Welcome, everyone, to Saturday Evening Chats, episode number 61. We are joined tonight by the co host extraordinaire, Mr. DM Foss. Welcome.
Well, hello there.
I know, I think Kingpin was first out in the chat, then Defense Dad and Rich White. So, welcome, everyone. So, did you hear about, uh, I think it was an Illinois guy? Crap, I freaking lost the um, article on it, but he he went to an Air Force base um, in like Wichita Falls, and was arrested at the gate for having a firearm and some marijuana on him, some uh, THC oil, and everything like that. So, I mean, I don't understand how much of a moron you have to be to try going onto a military base carrying narcotics.
Yeah, he's not making good choices. And no, I hadn't heard that story.
Yeah, that just happened a few days ago, like I think 3 days ago, on the 19th or something. So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I knew worked with a kid who joined the army, and then just before he went in, uh, failed a drug test. That was the last I heard. I don't know what happened to him after that, but
So the story is an Illinois man is arrested at Shepherd Air Force Base main gate carrying a semi-automatic pistol, numerous rounds of ammunition, vape pens, and bags of marijuana, according to arrest reports. The guy was from Springfield, Illinois, is charged with unlawful carrying a weapon, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of marijuana.
so was he an airman or just some dude that walked up?
I'm not exactly, because they says Wichita Falls police were called to the gate on Wednesday, May 19th, after Shepherd Air Force Base security detected an odor of marijuana coming from a vehicle attempting to enter the base. Security officers said they found a gun, ammunition, and drugs in a search of the vehicle. The ammo included two loaded Tapco rifle magazines, another loaded rifle magazine, a loaded Pro Mag rifle drum, a box of Winchester silver tip 45 caliber shells, and numerous loose shells. The illegal substance included THC cartridge, vape pens, a grinder with marijuana residue, container of THC wax crumble, and two small bags of marijuana inside a gun case. So, yeah, we can just call him Moron of the Week. I see we have Carolina EDC who jumped out in the crowd. Says that he's still at the IV 8888 event. So
He's going
enjoy.
big time.
Yep. So I think I am going to show a picture of the newest firearm in the collection. If it decides it wants to load. I see we got Vanessa Kitty out in the crowd, so welcome, Vanessa Kitty. And so that pistol grip came from Carolina EDC in that. Oh, I don't think I've released that video yet. You'll see it. So that that's the AR.
Well done.
So I see we got Jason Stewart out there. You know, all you guys were saying I was going to have a problem with that detent spring and probably shooting a detent across the room. No. I didn't have a problem with any of that. It was, well, I guess it was a detent spring if you want to get technical about it. The detent spring that goes under your the back next to your buffer tube, and you have your where you can have a sling point attachment or that little plate that attaches to your buffer tube.
Yeah.
So the spring that went under there, I think I shot that thing across the room 3 times. That was the spring I had problems with. Not any of the other problems.
Well, at least you found it. So that's normally
Yep.
they hit mock and then end up in some other universe.
Well, the first time I shot it across the room, it friggin' like hit me in the face, bounced up off a wall, and landed on a shelf. So I was able to go, oh, it's right there. Yes, the detent under the locking plate. Oh, he says is the problematic one. Okay, well, that's the one I had problems with. Because I shot that. I didn't shoot the detent across the room. I just shot the spring across the room.
That's what I did when I built my first one, and luckily the lower parts kit included an extra spring. So I went all over the garage floor with a magnet, one of the magnetic sweepers, and never found it.
So yeah, I had it 99% put together, and I had to run out and buy a punch to install the bolt catch. So that was the last thing I installed. So got her put together. I see we got Buck out in the crowd.
Now you just need to get it out to the range and blow some money.
Yeah. Well, I've got some cheap 223 and 556 that I picked up um, a while ago. So Rob says the trick for that spring is Scotch tape.
Who, Rob White?
Or Rich. Yep. It's going to be one of those days, guys. So. I ended up finally, I used a pocket knife with some masking tape and held the spring in. Rifle. I built a rifle. So, yeah, well, you know, I decided I was going to use a punch. So, ran out and bought a punch set. $65 for a lineman punch set. Gun Loving Grandpa says now you need to build an AR pistol. You go ahead, send me all the parts, and I'll attempt to think about it. So,
Well, if nothing else, if you end up not liking it, you've done it. You know what goes into it. You know how it works now, and you increased your knowledge.
yep. And I cussed at it a few times.
That helps put some soul into it by swearing at it.
I'll put it back up on the screen for a little bit so some of the people just getting in here can see what it looks like. So, and you can see right there is the Lyman punch kit. So Defense Dad says you can get a PSA blend build kit for $349 and just needed a stripped lower. LOL. I damn near ordered one yesterday just because. I don't know. I don't foresee that stealing my heart. There's a chance, but I don't foresee it. Like you said earlier, I'm too much of a recoil junkie. I like that AK. So I need to do something. Put a little more gray on there.
Get out the Krylon.
Hopefully next weekend I'll get out to shoot it because I have a 4-day weekend next weekend. So with Memorial Day next weekend, I will. No, that is a bastardized weapon and does not belong together. It's putting a 7.62 upper on an AR. Will do. Let me shoot a link over to Carolina EDC. Crap. If I can find the damn mouse. So you have your live stream tonight?
Yes. 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So tonight, tomorrow.
Yep. I knew I was gonna get some hell from there. But in his last video, did anyone else see that he had an AR lower in that video? So you got another AK guy who's contemplating an AR build. Like him and I were talking about, you couldn't have two AK guys building ARs at the same time, or otherwise probably bad juju.
Well, the nice thing for ARs versus AKs is you don't need a welder, a grinder, 10-ton press.
Are you sure? I'm telling you, when I went to put that BCG in the upper, it almost got a 10-ton press job. And then I found a small little channel who did an excellent job of showing the installation of a BCG, and to save a lot of people time and hassle, pull on your bolt and get it, because there's a little tab at the back, and you got to get that thing to like go flat. Otherwise, you'll never get it in there, and you'll friggin' want to take a sledgehammer to it. I'm telling you, it almost happened. But yeah, I don't know. If I keep it, I'll change out the handguard. Probably put something else out there. And I'll change out the muzzle brake. Put something in there that's got some gray in there. So that it kind of has, or I'll throw some orange on there.
You do gray tiger stripes on it.
No. May put some orange on it. I don't know. We'll see.
Glue some beaver fur on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So I'll probably go put 100 rounds through it. See what happens. No, it's not going to be fruit stripe. I did see at one of the local gun shops here, they had a front handguard that looked like a AK cheese grater. So that wouldn't be too bad. Well, I could put 200 through it. I mean,
Yeah, where he lives, he has magic ammo elves that magically restock at reasonable prices.
no, I told you, but I was at Coastal today and they had 150 rounds of 5.56 Winchester white box, and they were asking $120 for it. I'm like, yeah, nope. Nope, I think I can pass.
Oh, last weekend, gun shop I go to, they're having they do it kind of yearly, clear out some of the old stuff, and do sales. And they had some ammo, and I got some 5.56 for $15 a box for a box of 20. You know, for today's prices, isn't too bad.
Yeah, the 223 and the 5.56 that I picked up, that was, a while back. I think I picked them up for $9 or $10 a box of 20. So, I guess, could have been worse, could have been better. Yeah, Defense Dad says he's still finding it for like $11 a box. If I go to a different store, when I go to Bi-Mart and they have it, they normally have it pretty reasonable. You get it $9-10 a box, or they had some 7.62 by 39 on the shelf at $6.99 a box, and I friggin' almost like, yep, I'll take like 5 boxes.
Yeah, I go up to Cabela's every few weeks just to see if they got anything in, and normally it's no. They, from what one of the checkers was telling me, is they kind of randomize their ammo deliveries now, so it's not a set day.
Yeah. For me to get to like a Bass Pro or Cabela's, I gotta drive an hour and a half. And so I factor that into, even if I drive up there and say I find, a box of ammo for $9 a box, what's my gas that I put in there and stuff like that. And especially when they're still limiting you to like $2 or 2 boxes or something, not worth wasting the day to drive up there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cabela's is about 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah, see, something like that wouldn't be bad. But
It's just a pain to drive over there for nothing. But you don't know unless you go. So,
well, you could call him.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
I'm just saying the option is there to save you. See, what you should do is when you get off work, swing by there.
They're not open when I get off work. Is the problem.
Oh. Well, get off work, go out to breakfast, and then go over there.
Well, it would have to be a 3-hour breakfast.
Well, okay. I'm just striking out there.
No, I mean I'm not desperate for ammunition. It's just if they have it, I'll pick up something, and I'll go up and then look around the store a little bit. So if nothing else, I buy a bag of candy just so I buy something.
Yeah, I see we have Thoughts of an Old Soldier, so welcome. So, yeah, just so that I'm probably going to go put the first 10 or 20 rounds out of it without any sights on it at all. Just to show that sights are overrated, that you don't really need them.
They only matter if you care where you're shooting.
I'm just saying, you can ask Patriot in the Dark. Sights and computers are just a fad. They're going to go away.
Yeah, Travis P11 put a picture on Instagram from Shields and just packed shelves of 9mm.
Yeah, they had a good amount of 9mm at Coastal. Again, I wasn't going to overspend. So, yeah. I'm just not willing to overspend. Not when I already have ammo. If I was lower on ammo, starting to panic, I would probably say, yeah, shit, let's go and, get a box or two. But since it's not, I'm not going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to go waste, $5 when I could have just waited till it dropped in price. So, wow. You'd think after eating some sugar, you'd be hyper. Welcome, Mr. Wheeled and Well Armed. How's it going?
How you doing? Doing good, G. How are you doing?
Doing great. Did you see the
I sure did. Yeah, I saw the unboxing. Is that what he meant?
Nope. I just had the picture of it actually completed on the screen.
Oh no, I just flipped over. I realized what time it was. I was over there lollygagging. I saw DM Fowles posted a response on my video, and then I realized, oh no, it's way late.
Yeah. So.
What does it look good?
Yeah, I'll pull it back up.
I'll be right back. G23.
Okay. I haven't put the sights on there, but there's
Oh,
what
looks
she looks
nice. And then what lower is that?
like. 80%.
Oh, cool. So you built that all yourself? It's all done?
Yep. Every bit of it is completely done.
That's a lot of work goes into 80%, isn't it? I mean, or you had all the tooling? Do you have a router, or did you do it with a press?
End mill.
You have that from work, or you just happen to have a end mill at home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
So
good. Yeah, I've
yeah,
only done the block 80%, so never done a AR.
it wasn't too horrible, actually.
Couple hours, or a whole day, or how long?
Uh, well, once I got everything figured out, it was probably about 4 hours. But altogether, it probably took like 7 hours because for the first bit, I was going at a way slow speed because
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, then I started looking at the instructions and it says you could go up to like 1,880 RPMs. I'm like, well, crap, I'm going to put this up to 1,440 and I'll be just fine. And so once I kicked it up to 1,440 RPMs, it just started chewing through there.
Right. And are you like squirting machine oil on it, or do you have a pump that does it, or how does that all work?
Cold air press, and so it can cycle between cold air and water.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm kind of clueless with all that. If they didn't teach it in shop class in the 70s, then I don't have any idea.
So I see we got Burnaby out in the chat, so welcome. Yeah. So
With the with the StreamYard, I used to be able to see the public chat as well as the private chat. I can see it now.
yeah, and say you have to. It should
Toggle.
switch. Yeah, it should switch over if you hit.
Yep. Defensive dads out there, gun loving grandpas out there, thoughts of an old soldier. Yeah, got a good group, huh?
Yeah, we got 14 out there listening to us. So it's the twins' birthday. You've been saying.
Yeah, it's the twins' birthday, so my daughter had her 4 friends over last night for a sleepover, and now my son, he's got 4 friends over tonight.
So which were louder, the 4 girls or the 4 guys?
The 4 guys. Just because my son is so loud, he is the loudest person in the world. he just like we take him for hearing tests. Like, he's got to be deaf. He's just his normal voice is like my yelling. You know what I mean? It's just his normal speaking is like he's completely deaf and trying to yell at everybody, or like we're all speaking a foreign language and he's just got to speak louder. That's how he talks to us all the time. So at dinner, he doesn't eat because he thinks he has to talk the whole dinner, and then we're all done by listening to him and eating, and then he's stuck there eating alone. So I don't know. It's so, but the girls make a lot of noise, so it's kind of a toss up between 4 girls equaling him, or 5 girls equaling him, and him alone.
So I see we got CB out in the crowd. Welcome.
Yep. And I'm not sure if you caught that, but my wife and daughter, their birthday were last weekend. So it's 4 birthdays in 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of presents.
Yeah. But I'm done. Everything's done.
Yeah, so hopefully maybe next weekend I'll get out and put a couple rounds through that thing.
You got ammo? You're able to buy it out there?
Oh yeah, well I picked up ammo back during the pandemic, scandemic, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, okay, well I don't have a firearm in this caliber, so I'm gonna pick it up, and if nothing else, I can always trade it for something else that I may need.
Right.
And then after a while, it's like, crap, let's just go ahead. And everyone kept saying, you gotta at least try it before you say you dislike it. So I ended up building a AR. It didn't take that long, like putting all the parts in.
No, that's pretty easy. I mean, once you get past those 2 retaining pins, that's the MF for me.
The only one I had problem with was the rear. So the one that does like your safety,
Mm-hmm.
that catches underneath the latch plate or whatever on your buffer tube.
Right.
That was the only one I had problems with. I think I shot that thing across the room 3 or 4 times.
And found it?
And found it every time.
Yeah. We got that, that tool that you use when the roofers finish roofing, that huge magnet. I got one of those just for finding springs.
Yeah.
Man, it will. All you got to do is like turn it on and get, like halfway underneath the side table, and it's sucking up everything magnetic, little washers and all kinds of parts you didn't know you lost in the past.
Yeah.
Barnaby Sanchez, thank you very much.
The very first time that I shot it out of the back of there, I friggin' like bounced it off my face, and it hit the wall and landed on a shelf, so it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah. Well, it'd help if you had hearing too, right? Which I don't have. I mean, because sometimes, you can hear a spring land. I don't generally. I have no high-end hearing from my Army days.
Yeah. Well,
I had one hit me in the chest, which means it should have dropped straight down, and I never found it.
Being in the wheelchair, it'll be like 7 hours later. I get into bed and I hear clunk, and something falls on the floor, and it's like, oh, I went to the range today, transferred into my car, got back out of my car, got into a wheelchair, been around all day, and now brass falls out of my jeans, 8 hours later. But springs and food and everything else does too.
So we have Makojo out in the crowd. Welcome. Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 more videos I've got to release.
Have you ever heard somebody doing that spring work in a clear plastic bag?
I've seen people suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them suggest it. I just couldn't imagine.
I like living on the edge.
Yeah. Having that oops kit just in case. I have that Wheeler detent kit, where it has a little hole through it, and you push it in and get the pin in, and then it's got a hole, and it's pretty neat. You turn it to 90 degrees, and you're able to pull it out at the right time. It's pretty slick little kit the way they intended it.
put it in the hole and pull it out at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I had to go buy a Lyman punch kit today so I could put in that roll pin. That was the last thing I had to do was the bolt catch.
Yeah. Did you put any upgrade parts in your lower, like the anti-walk pins or a trigger group, or the 3.5 pound JP springs or anything like that?
I have everything.
And B safety.
Everything is mil spec.
Mm-hmm.
I may put in an ambi safety. I have one. So it's just when I put it in, it didn't seem like it was seemed like there was a little extra room, so it didn't sit kind of real flush.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just swap it out for the
Mil spec.
for mil spec.
And it fit better?
Yeah,
Oh,
the mil
perfect.
spec. The mil spec fits a lot better in there.
Yeah. That ambi, the way you have to put the Loctite on there, it does feel a little sketchy.
Well, it sticks out like on one side. It's a good 1/16 of an inch off the receiver.
Oh. You mean there's a gap of a 1/16 of an inch?
Yeah. So on the left side of the rifle, the selector is like a 1/16 of an inch off the receiver.
Yeah, that's a big gap.
So
Because all mine are as flush as they can be, just like on the left and right side, same, no space whatsoever.
yeah. The wife's cat is snoring behind me. And she's a loud snorer.
Yeah, we got a fat red cat that snores.
And this is a fat tortie. So I think she's 17 pounds.
Yeah, this cat's only like 6 months old, and he's got still a little kitten head, but a big fat body. The head hadn't even caught up with the rest of his largeness. But he's quickly become the bully of the other two cats in the house.
He just wants to play.
Yeah. Now for the first time, we're letting him outside, and he's meeting other male cats, and he's kind of freaked out now. So, put him out, and he's low crawling around the carport.
Yeah.
Making those strange, low growling sounds when he meets the cat next door, the other male cat, Tarzan.
No, so Defense Dad says that it sounds like the hole got elongated, but no, it's flush. I mean, they're straight across and everything, and they're still perfect circles. It's just sticks like it's about like a 1/16 of an inch outside of the receiver. I mean, there's a nice little gap.
Yeah, I've got a Tennessee Arms that's reinforced polymer. I guess that's about the closest thing I got to a 80%, because they sell 80% as well. And I just decided to get it finished and serialized. But I've been afraid to do anything with it. I just didn't really want to build a polymer lower.
It's not bad.
It is reinforced on the pins and reinforced, of course, on the buffer tube. I think there's somewhere else that has metal reinforcement. But
Yeah, there's
my MOS was 11 Bravo. I was also 11 Bravo Charlie 2, which is a dragon gunner back when they had dragons in 84 to 88. I talked to old soldier. Yeah. Have you seen that video of the critical race theory? It's like two Army generals, ladies, Air Force, Navy. There's 6 of them, and they got the weirdest titles like lactation specialist, and they they all look like 50-year-old lesbians. It's the weirdest video. I can't believe that they would publicize this video as this is today's military. It's just shockingly embarrassing. So critical race theory. Oh God, I hope we can get rid of this pretty quick. Is that what the CRS stands for?
can't remember shit.
Oh, that's why I thought it was critical race syndrome or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could be trying to change, since they decide that BLM now stands for Black Lives Matter and not Bureau of Land Management.
Right.
So I guess, they could just take an already existing abbreviation and change it to whatever the hell they want it to mean these days.
Did you have to drill the hole that the detent pins go into?
No.
That's pretty fine.
No. So you do where the trigger group goes,
Mm-hmm.
Your safety and your trigger pin and your pins go. There's not a hole.
And where the trigger actually goes through the body? Yep.
Yeah.
That seems like almost more than 80%. How do they calculate what is 20%, what's 80%? I mean, for me, that feels more like 50%. I mean, that's a lot of material to remove.
It wasn't horrible. I mean, it'd probably be a little worse if you were just doing it with like a Dremel, or if you were just doing it with like a drill press,
mm-hmm.
Or just a regular drill. It would probably be a lot worse, but if you got some good equipment, it's not super horrible.
Right.
So yeah, I saw the video Lee, where you were heading, I think heading down to go see him. So that's pretty awesome that you got to feed the grandson today.
Yeah, the video of the two moms. It in itself, it's okay, but it just seems like it's like recruiting high school students to join the military, and it's not. You know, I mean, it should be in the military is like it's going to be the toughest job you've ever had, but you're going to love it. You know, you're going to have adventure. You know, you're going to meet friends and have big life experiences that you'll never forget. You know, that's the military. What we should be recruiting for, not you know, you grew up with two lesbian mothers. You know, what does that have to do with joining the military at all? And why would we be recruiting that type? I mean, yeah, it's fine if they're, of course, two moms, two dads, a dad and a mom, a regular nuclear family, a divorced mom and dad. You know, all those fit. But why make a recruitment video around it? You know, when you look in comparison, you know, the Russian army, you know, putting together bolts in the snow blindfolded. You know, compared to the videos that we're doing, it just seems kind of crazy.
Yep. And it's also crazy that our alleged president will shut down a pipeline in the United States, but will fund a pipeline in Russia.
Well, that's all payoff to, you know, the $80,000 a month to Biden, you know, to Hunter Biden. You know, he's that deal's still given off to that oil company or natural gas company. The whole CIA, you know, that lady, she should be in a psych ward. I don't think she should be recruited for the CIA. I mean, multiple personality disorder or whatever she couldn't identify. I don't even know. You know, what are they thinking? I mean, unless they're trying to infiltrate, you know, the BML or Antifa, why would you hire that type? You know, I have no idea. It seems like we're just so overbalanced. You know, it seems like, you know, now people like us are the extremists, you know.
Yep, we are.
Yeah.
We're not the accepted. We're white supremacists, even if you're not white.
Yep. I have no idea, you know, how to even come back from where we are right now with the divide in the country.
I'm not sure there is a way.
Yeah. Are you part of the Oregon that's voting to be moved into Idaho?
Yeah, we've done that a couple times.
So does Idaho have to accept you? I mean, is it that easy, or do you have to get the Oregon people have to vote to let you go?
So both
never happen.
Both Idaho would have to agree, Oregon would have to agree, and then the United States would have to agree.
I mean, can't borders within states move? I mean, because I know, you know, we had a dispute with Florida and Alabama, you know, water that was coming down from Tennessee, and there was a survey of ERA, and there was about, you know, 100 acres that belonged to Georgia that should have been belonged to Tennessee. And so, you know, it all came out in the minutia that Tennessee would get this 100 acres, and you know, the water rights, we would get extra, you know, 10 million gallons a year or whatever they allocated to Georgia, and it kind of screwed Alabama and Florida. But you know, that was something Georgia and Florida and Tennessee worked out. But it never had to go, to be approved by the federal government. So it seems like if two states can negotiate borders, it seems like they should be able to do it alone.
Well, I think the reason the federal government has to step in, has to be brought in, is due to the fact of the cities. If it was just land issue, I think that's a whole different thing. But if it involves towns and cities and crap like that, I think that's where it becomes like a major issue or something.
I couldn't see Oregon giving up land.
Right.
I don't know. She might just do it because of her hatred for certain counties, because the certain counties despise what she is and don't really listen to her very much. So I guess there's a kind of a chance it could happen.
I just don't, because it's the physical land that you're giving up. It's any tax revenue from all that, everybody that would be leaving. That's a lot to give up.
Well, yeah, because most of what would be leaving is agro.
Yeah. So real businesses doing real commerce, making real products, real money, versus YouTube channels and non-real jobs.
And rioting in the street. I mean, peacefully protesting. Damn it, I gotta remember. It's mostly peaceful protests. Yeah, that crap that's going on, I don't know. It wouldn't bother me a bit if Portland fell in the ocean.
Yeah, we went out there for vacation. I guess it was 13 years ago. It was great. We stayed majority in this old world hotel right in the middle of town, and went to some brew pubs around, and drove around Mount Hood and stayed up in that lodge up in the top. I can't remember the name, but I had a great time. Went to a few knife shops. That was back. I think there was always a thriving knife business in Oregon, but I think it's gotten bigger since then.
Yeah. Was it the Hoyt Hotel in Portland?
Yeah, that was it.
You know what's really famous about that hotel?
Isn't it from The Shining?
I'm not sure if it's from The Shining, but it is also from the TV series. Crap. Junction. Petticoat Junction.
Which hotel are you talking about? Are you talking about the hotel in Oregon, in Portland, or the one up on the mountain?
The one in Portland.
Okay, yeah. Well, what is the resort on the mountain?
I forget that one. I don't really ever go up to Hood River or Mount Hood, even though. Do you know the resort that's up there, woman? On Mount Hood? Mm-hmm.
Timber something, Timber Lodge or something.
Yeah, So Rich says The Shining was a hotel in Colorado.
Well, I know it's the one in Colorado, but it's also The Shining was also the one on Mount Hood. Like not the inside of it, but the outside of it.
Yeah. It's been so freaking.
Yeah, The Shining was the Stanley Hotel.
Okay. What was the Petticoat Junction? Where was that even filmed? In that same Hoyt Hotel?
That was in Hoyt Hotel, and it was filmed in Oregon. It was all based in Oregon.
So does that mean the Clean Labbing with Zsa Zsa Gabor, was that also in Oregon? Because Mr. Haney was in both TV shows.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the one. What was that? Green Acres. I'm not sure if Green Acres was done in Oregon or not. What's going on, bud? How's your internet going?
Pretty slow right now. I'm just starting to work now.
Oh, that works. I figured it was, a Tennessee issue.
Yeah.
Slow as molasses on a Sunday morning.
The wind just has to blow crooked here for us to lose power.
Yeah. So did you get the Every Second Matters patch that I sent you?
I think so.
Okay, because I didn't see it in your video. I was like, did he get it? Or
Was it the all black one?
Yeah, it was all black.
Yeah, we got it. I done snagged it and put it on something I don't remember now.
So Rich White says Petticoat Junction was filmed in the early 60s. It, Green Acres, and Beverly Hillbillies were all connected. So
I think they were all spin-offs of Beverly Hillbillies, weren't they?
Was Beverly Hillbillies first, or was...
Yes.
Okay.
Gilbert Powell was a spinoff of Andy Griffith, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and then Petticoat Junction was a spinoff of Green Acres, or vice versa. And then I think the Beverly Hillbillies, there was another show that was even closer to that one. There was also, Desilu, which was Lucy and Ricky's film studio. They had some sister companies as well, TV shows.
Yeah, I'm not very sure of all those older TV shows. I've seen some of them, but not like one that watched a whole lot of TV.
They were all reruns in the 70s when I was a kid with TBS, the Superstation.
I see him every once in a while on Me TV. So,
TBS existed in the 70s?
okay, well,
You made him mad. I know they existed in the 80s because I watched it in the 80s.
I think he just wanted to make sure that he could have his firearm pointed at him.
You did that? You dropped out to have your gun pointed at me?
Yeah. I did a video with my kids, my twins, and I went on some wheelchair channel on Reddit, and they kept talking about me pointing my gun at my twins, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they were talking about, they were so hung up on the icon of the avatar. I'm like, you guys are crazy. This felt like I invented an icon. I knew whether it was going to be pointing left or right. Just because the handicap sticker points right doesn't mean I'm pointing at my kids. Yeah.
In Tennessee, they changed the handicap stickers and the plate where it looks like the guy who's ever in the wheelchair is racing.
Well, there's one that looks like a barbecue. Oh, that's for the pregnant woman. It looks like a barbecue grill.
Right.
I'm like, cool, we get to grill? This is where we have our tailgating grills? Okay.
I was like, I kind of resemble that. Why can't I think that?
Yeah, when you play wheelchair rugby, all quadriplegics have the quad belly. It looks like that.
So, Thoughts of an Old Soldier says, yep. Channel 17, Blocal in Atlanta.
Yeah, I grew up 60 miles outside of Atlanta, so we had to point the antenna toward Atlanta to get 17, 36, and 45. And then we pointed it to Spartanburg to get a couple more channels. I think they waited till I got out of high school and joined the Army, and then that day they got cable TV for the first time.
Well, that's because they lost their antenna.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what all kids were back in the day was, you know, you were the one who changed the channel, got up, changed the channel, got up, adjusted the antenna, or had to do the stand on one foot,
Yeah.
tuck your nose while trying to scratch the back of your head, and then you better be able to stay in that position for like a half hour.
At least till the football game ends. Yeah, it was like, you know, the 2, 5, 11, the NBC, ABC, CBS, and PBS, those all came in crystal clear, but, you know, all the high-end TV stations, you know, those were the ones you had to, you know, do the funny contortionist to get those to come in right. We had a Zenith TV, and it had this 4 chimes on the remote, and you'd click it and it'd make a noise, and like it go bing, like a certain pitch, and it'd make the TV go louder, and it went through like 5 phases of loudness, and it would go quiet again, and then the TV, it would go. You click the button and it would make a different pitch and change the channel, and there's a different pitch for turning it on and off. And when my dad would snore, in front of the TV, like the volume would get louder and louder and louder, with each snore till he would wake up and he was like looking at us like we were doing something.
When I was in high school, my friend had one that was like that, and he had a bag of change. He'd just rattle his bag of change to make it do stuff.
Random stuff or predictable stuff?
Somewhat predictable stuff.
Yeah. Did he lose his remote? That's what he had to do, or did he just enjoy messing with it?
I don't remember. I think it was partly just, screwing around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like the clapper on steroids, right?
I guess that was the original clapper.
I think it was the same lady that did the clapper. It looked like she could barely clap her hands, which was the same lady a couple years later that helped her fallen and couldn't get up.
Probably.
Could you imagine that interview at the old folks' home? Who wants to come and be the clapper girl?
Yeah. My parents are getting elderly, and it's just crazy. My dad's hard of hearing, and my mom will call and say, I call him and he can't hear me. He won't put in his earplugs, and then he'll call me and like, your mom hadn't called. I hadn't been able to call her for 2 days. I'm like, well, she's calling you. And then she'll call back. Yeah, I can't remember his phone number. I'm like, Mom, he's had that cell phone for 25 years. Just weird the whole thing going back and forth. It's a horrible shame that they separate them into two different old folks' homes.
You'd think there'd be a way to get them in the same one.
Yeah, well, stepbrother and stepsister decided to move him to Kentucky.
Oh.
Hey, I gotta go. Birthday party number 2 is starting to gear back up, and we're dealing out pizza and chicken McNuggets. Or Chick-fil-A. Sorry.
Not a problem. Have fun at the party.
All right, I'll be listening if I can. Have a good night.
Save me some cake.
Thank you. All right, bye.
I don't think he heard you say that you wanted some cake.
That's all right.
Or some chicken nuggets.
You can mail them to me.
Oh. So, Mr. Artak, have you picked up a new firearm?
I picked up all kinds of new firearms today. None of them are mine, though. I was recording some videos today, and I built that 9mm. I hadn't done a video on yet, but I'm still just got settled actually. Having to change jobs, not liking that at all. I've been running around with my head cut off.
Sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, I recorded 8 videos today. Still got another 50 that I need to do one of these days. So they decided not to renew our contract there at Whirlpool, and then said, "Well, your last day is the 21st," and told me that on the 16th.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. So
Well, if nothing
See?
else, you get a little unemployment with. Oh yeah, I think your state did away with the federal.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, the federal unemployment boost is gone here in Tennessee. So I filled out about 40 applications, and then they offered me to go to another plant, but I wouldn't be the supervisor, and I had to take a pay cut. So no, there's even no unemployment because they offered me employment somewhere else. But they took their time and waited till Monday to tell me that.
So what were you gonna say, Foss?
I was just gonna say G23 just dropped a video. Mail call, first impressions of a magazine holder from Force Center.
Oh yes, second one today.
Really? I didn't. Now I see it.
See, he's closer to me, so I get him sooner.
Yeah, it takes a while to get across the country.
The power of internet. Or electrical power here in Tennessee. So, and we got nuclear power too. We can't keep the lights on half the time.
Yeah, we get to deal with rolling power outages.
Oh, we don't
here
have that
pretty
problem.
soon.
That sucks. Y'all shouldn't have to do that.
Due to fire risk, they're gonna do rolling power outages to reduce the risk of starting a wildfire.
So exactly how that works is the damn power station in the middle of the forest.
You turn the lights down in the forest, and then less risk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it either, because even if they shut off like a certain grid, you know, the electricity is still flowing through those lines. You know, they still.
Yeah, they're not cutting it off. It's still there.
I don't know.
Is California like sucking all your electrical power away there in Oregon?
Probably. Yep, there's some farmers that are close to the California border that got notified that they will be getting zero irrigation water this year. So they got to figure out how they're going to get, water for their animals and their farms.
Okay, well, here's another stupid thing out there on the coast. If you live on the coast, why isn't anybody producing or making a water desalination plant and suck the water out of the sea and just take the salt out of it? I mean, that sounds like it would be good business out there since you're rationing water and crap like that.
Yeah, you would think there'd be a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, that's what Atlanta tried to do that to us here in Southeast Tennessee. They try to they literally try to redo the border between Georgia and Tennessee so they can suck some of the water out of the state of Tennessee. Because Atlanta's hit capacity, water capacity, electric capacity. So if they don't start building water plants, Rich, they don't have to drink the minnows anyway. But yeah, they can still build the plants and clean the water up. So that whole entire ocean and you're thirsty. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Mr. Midnight Range TM out in the chat. So, It's good to see him. And then I see we have Texas Bullet out there. So, welcome everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
But don't you get a lot of rain though?
No, we're actually in a horrible drought this year. We haven't gotten much rain at all.
So you're on the coast, and then the people you're not in the mountains. You're in the valley, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite the ocean, but I'm not quite the desert or mountains.
Are you east of the mountains of the Rockies, or west of them?
West.
Okay, so you're okay. Yeah. So yeah, that would be pretty dry area because still the water should have to rain in the mountains to come down.
Well, no, we just haven't been getting much rain this year. So it's actually, I think they said, the worst drought in 100 years.
Oh man, the environmentalists is gonna go shit crazy then.
Yep.
Global warming caused that.
Yeah, I see we have K24 out there and the 402 Outdoorsman. So, yeah, I don't know. You'd think that the environmentalists and PETA would be, and some tribal would, and your Native Americans would be up in arms, because if they don't release that irrigation water, you're going to be killing a hell of a lot of fish going through that area.
Yeah.
Because, was it the sockeye? Which one of the salmons that are run through there, I guess they're on the endangered list, and yeah, they have to have a certain amount of water to be able to go through there, and they're saying it's going to be well under what they need. So a bunch of yearlings and stuff like that are going to die off. I don't know.
When you figured PETA would be upset because of the animals not getting any water, and then needless killing of fish. Yeah, they don't. The left eats their own. You know that. They're crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It gets crazier and crazier, and you just kind of go, what? Yeah, like people in the, flyover states, they got friggin' shit weather all the way up to what, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, when they were still getting snow and crap like that.
Yeah, the Midwest, you never know how the weather's going to be out that way. Like, we just got summer all of a sudden. We actually had a spring. We went from like low 70s to mid 80s this week.
Yeah, we've had weather just, it's erratic. I mean, friggin', you would think you'd be having like a bipolar PMSing woman as the weather going on, because it'll go from the 50s to the 70s to like the 60s to the 80s, and then back down to the 50s. You can get overcast days. You might get a little bit of rain, but nothing that's worth, a crap.
We can have all 4 seasons in a single 4-hour period here, depending on how the wind blows, because we're in a valley.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't deal with the snow very often, so.
Well, we don't usually, but when we get it, it's either just a dusting or it's really bad. Like last year when Atlanta got snowed in, or was that last year? We got a dusting, and we're just 150 miles away. So, and it really depends, because we got the Appalachian Mountains are to the east of me, and the Tennessee Plateau, Middle Tennessee Plateau is the west of me. So we're definitely in the big valley region.
Yep.
We had another bear sighting. Bear made it all the way into town. Saw him in the Food City parking lot. I guess he was coming for groceries.
Yeah, he had to get a little shopping.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, people aren't taking their picnic bags to get out in the forest.
That's true. That's true. We're only like 30 minutes away. Car drive to the Cherokee National Forest. So they're there. We had a mountain lion. They said Tennessee Wildlife Agency said that there was no mountain lions east of the Appalachian Mountains anymore. They said that, and then like 2 weeks later, one showed up here in town.
Oops.
I was like, where'd that souped up wildcat come from then?
Right?
Yeah, there's no black. And we got black bears, so they're not that big like those bears you got out there in Oregon.
Yeah.
Cool.
At least we don't have Kodiaks.
Yeah, exactly. Polar bear. You heard Coca-Cola is firing the bears now, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't be less white. You get that? That was funny, man.
Yep. Crap, I guess I shouldn't have released a video during my show.
Why is that? Well, I'll give you a like anyway. How about that? I hadn't watched it yet, so. We got something in the shop today that I've never seen in my life, and they were Glock 22 mags. Maybe you know about them. They were FOP approved and American Locksmith approved, where they lock the magazine in the gun.
Um.
You ever seen such an animal?
No.
They were like 10 round.
Oh, they're probably for like what's that, Maryland?
I was thinking Maryland or California, something like that.
No, they're probably because so in Maryland you have to have like a fixed mag.
Yeah.
On your ARs, and so if they were gonna do like a AR-9 or whatever, you'd have to have it probably like you have to have a fixed round mag. This is like, so they may consider that to be able to be a fixed round, mag, so it stays in place.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what the hell. One of the retired cops gave it to one of our retired cops, and he gave him 3 of them, and they had some code on them, but you couldn't figure out what the code is on the bottom. We read the instructions, like 5 of us couldn't figure it out. And I was like, well, it doesn't matter. It ain't worth a crap anyway. Who the hell's going to lock a magazine in their gun? But then I forgot about California.
Yeah. I know California has to. I mean, California, they just have to have 10-round mags. I don't think they have to have anything that like locks.
Right.
I thought they did, or was it New York because of the bullet button?
The bullet button was California. So, yeah, California's got to have mags locked in them if you're not going to register it as a assault weapon.
Huh. I don't know. California has crazy damn laws.
And then you can only have 10 rounds anyway, so what the hell? So if I got to have a locked mag, I might as well go with a 30-round mag.
Yep. Hopefully some of those damn cases get in front of the Supreme Court, actually get heard and ruled on, that are coming out of California. So that would be nice. Like the magazine ban, the assault weapons ban, the gun roster. So
yeah, that gun roster out in California is stupid. That's the only reason why Glock continues to make the Gen 3.
it's one of the main reasons. But you, also a lot of your competition shooters that use Glocks and stuff really like the Gen 3s due to the fact of how many aftermarket parts that are out there and stuff like that.
There's not that big a difference between the 3, the 4, and the 5 anyway. I mean, because the market has expanded to the 4s and the 5s now. So, I mean, that's really not. That's not. It's because they can sell them, and all the Gen 3s that we get in now anymore all have 10-round magazines too.
Really?
Yep. Every single one of them that happens to come in that we get all 10-rounders because they're meant for California or New York, somewhere that they can't have high cap mags. So they send the Gen 3s there.
Well, that and they're anticipating, federal crap going through.
Right. You can't blame them. I would continue to make the Gen 3 simply because I can sell them in California. There's 70 million people in California. That's a big, large chunk of population that I would hate to lose as customers.
Yep.
And then, let's be honest, they're not going to know if they're going to upgrade the internals with the Gen 4s or the Gen 5s until they take one apart. You can put the Gen 5 new redesigned spring triggers in the 3s. So that's the only difference there is the damn spring in the back. You seen where they patented a whole bunch of Glock carbine parts the other day, right?
That's been out for a while.
I was saying it now. Like that won't come to production until Gaston dies.
Nope. You're gonna be quite honestly shocked.
I saw the patents. It looked like it's going to be an interesting gun if they ever make it.
It kind of looks like they're taking something like an AR, an AK, and something like that, and kind of meshing it to be like one style,
I think they've redesigned the AR is what they've done because it doesn't have a gas. It don't have the same piston like
it has
like
a dual.
AK. It's got an adjustable gas block.
Yeah, like an AK.
AK doesn't have an adjustable gas block.
Yeah, they have adjustable gas tubes on your AK.
You got tubes, not a block. This is a block like an AR an adjustable. It's a different way, and then they redesigned the bolt. It looked like they're using a bolt head from the AR in a different bolt carrier group. So it looks like you can fold the stock and fire it with a fold stock.
Yeah, it looks like there's dual
Recoil springs.
gas pistons in there up in the front.
That's a possibility.
It looks like in the diagram that there's a couple different ones available. You know, you're gonna have a lower and an upper, like gas tubes or system in there.
I typed that in and they showed me a damn picture of a damn Roni.
You know, you have to.
I'm looking at
It was.
You might be right about the. It looks like it's going to be a short stroke gas system.
Yeah.
So
I see we got Mike out in the crowd, so welcome, and we are joined by Mr. Shafty. Welcome.
How's it going, guys? Can't stay for super long, but I'll be here for a little bit. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was putting in some raised beds back in the garden.
Not a problem. We started talking about the new proposed Glock carbine patents.
I haven't seen such a thing yet. If so, about time. What's it been? 30
we thought
years.
Recoil Magazine has a
Yeah.
copy of it.
Yep, Recoil Magazine.
Kind of looks like a SCAR AR combined.
It kind of does, you know.
Now, if they would make, I would figure they'd come up with a pistol caliber carbine first versus a 5.56, but it doesn't matter. If they do make it, it's going to sell like hotcakes.
I think it's going to be a PCC. Now, I hope that they put out a 10 mil, but I guarantee you they're going to start with the 9.
If they stay true to the patent, they're going to go 223, 300 blackout, because they've even got a design for the where was it at? For the magazine, I think.
Yeah, actually, it looks like it just takes standard AR mags.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
But you could still, they could have used a standard AR mag and put in a different follower and stuff, because there's kits out there where you can put in your AR mags and turn them into like 22 mags, or
Yeah, I don't think yeah. It's feasible, but why wouldn't they take advantage? I think they're gonna go with a 5.56 carbine, because that's where it's at. And if they design their own AR mags, then Jesus Christ, they'll sell a shit ton of those. If they come out with their own version of an AR mag.
Yep.
And then you're right, they would be crazy not to start off with a 9mm carbine using Glock 17 mags, 33 mags, whatever.
Oh yeah, because there's already a flood of them out on the market already. So to not start with one of your
bread and butter, yeah.
Yep.
Still, if they produce it, it will sell like phenomenal.
I'm almost willing to put bets on that you're going to hear the release date at NRAM, or right around NRAM.
I still say we won't hear nothing until Gaston dies.
No. It's going to be a lot closer.
I sit in the armor's class down there in Marietta, and he says the only reason why Glock does incremental changes on the pistol is because Gaston will not allow no redesign or anything like that. He says we won't see anything radically changed or new until he dies. That's straight from the guy at the factory.
Sounds a lot like Bill Ruger.
Yeah, just like Bill Ruger. Because, you didn't get no 10-round mags until after he died. Then you get all the 11, 30-round mags you can have on your pistols and all that.
I'm just glad to see that they're finally doing something other than selling the same pistol over and over again. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Glocks, but I mean, you can only rebrand the same product so many times before people quit buying them.
Yeah, he needs to. Glock needs to come out with a polymer 1911. I still say that, but make it like a 2011 where it takes the Glock 17 mags. I'll buy one. They come out with a polymer revolver. I'll buy one.
I don't know if I'd go with it.
I mean, they're going to stay in markets they can compete in. I don't know if revolvers is going to be one of them. But they absolutely have market share to grow. I think in PCCs over like carbines, but I mean, everybody's got a carbine these days.
So yeah, because you got to think about it now. Everybody in the gun industry is making striker-fired polymer handguns. Glock doesn't have that market share like they had 20 years ago, and it's going to shrink every year. So they need to come out and they need to say, okay, well let's chip around or chip off something from the AR market. Let's chip off something from the revolver market. Let's chip off something from the PPC market. They could do it.
Well, what's happening to them is exactly what happened to Colt. It's diversify or die.
Exactly.
Colt never diversified.
Nope, and they keep Colt has always relied on government contracts.
They don't get them anymore.
Exactly right, because you're always outbidded.
Just like with
was like
Glocks, nobody's buying new Glocks for service anymore. Everybody's going to the P320.
What's going on, Rob D?
Not much. How's it going, fellas?
Got the AR done.
Did you go shoot it yet?
No.
Congratulations.
So I had been showing pictures of it.
Hi.
I got one waiting on the door.
Hi.
That's not me.
That's Papa over there.
I am tired as hell today.
What are you trying to say, bud?
What's going on, Veronica or Victoria?
I knew that was gonna happen. Nothing much.
At least I caught myself before I just completely said the name.
Yeah. Yeah, bud.
Hello.
Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
It's my grandson.
You?
Yeah.
He's already going through the house, running around with his water gun, going pew pew.
Well, wait
Gotta
till
raise
you.
them up right.
That's right. Isn't that right, Emmett? Go pew pew.
Emmett. No, leave the TV alone.
Yeah, that's right. Shoot the TV. Shoot the TV.
No. He sees himself in it.
Last good water fight in our house destroyed an Xbox and a TV.
Well, we're not giving no water.
Not yet.
We're not giving no water to him in the house.
You want to go see? You want to go see?
So,
TV.
did you get your sticky mess all cleaned up, Rob?
Sticky.
The mixed drinks?
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yep. No, the counter still might be stained. I haven't tried anything with that. I was outside working on an electrical harness, and that was all sticky and gooey, and I had to blow that out with compressed air, cleaner, and all that, and made a huge mess. So I wasn't sure which mess you were speaking of, but countertop still has a little red tint to it, unfortunately.
Oh,
But again, I haven't tried much, so give it a shot at some point today.
Were you
Hopefully it won't be too late.
were you drinking vodka cran?
No, daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris.
Oh,
Yeah,
just about to say.
frozen strawberry daiquiris.
Weak.
Classy.
Not the way she made it. She messed up and was using double glass, like a double glass without knowing, a double shot glass. Don't ask me how she didn't know. But, and she somehow screwed up the recipe and doubled that too. So it turned out to be like 8 shots a pitcher, which was for 2 people. Filled two glasses, I think. So
That's something to
yeah,
warm up.
only took a couple of those drinks. Things got messy quick.
I see we got 223 DMR out in the crowd. Welcome. So which one of you spilt the drink? You?
Her. She was a dang mess. 151 rum too. Some Don Q stuff. I don't know, but yeah, she was a mess. I had to carry her in from outside at least once, and carry her back up the stairs another time when she tried to escape. Made it out once.
My
Peel
wife
her
was
off
like
the
that.
floor half a dozen times. Try to defend myself. I got bit a few times. Yeah, it was an interesting evening.
Yeah, my wife gets that way on Cuervo. You gotta usually drag her up off the floor.
Yeah, at least she was happy about it all.
Why can't I sleep in the garage? It's comfy. I don't want to stand up. She'll try and pour a drink and she'll spill more than she gets in her glass.
I had to dump hers, one of her drinks. And then she retaliated by sticking her whole hand in my drink and laughing at me.
Oh,
Lovely.
you should have had that on camera.
No cameras at that point.
Well, this way you could have showed her. This is how you were last night.
Yeah.
No, they won't believe it, even with video.
So
Ew.
223 DMR says, "Hey, Outcast."
Hello, everybody out there. Again, apologize for my tardiness. I was preventatively working on my car and opened up a can of worms that I didn't know about. And then I was like, oh no. And had to deal with that, unfortunately.
In my experience, that's how it always goes, regardless of the project.
Yeah, it should have been simple, just checking the wiring for the doors, because I had issues with the other passenger window. It'd go up, but it wouldn't come back down. I thought it was a switch. It wasn't. Turned out to be the wires. And in this car, you got to remove the front fender to get to that area, unplug it, and then the wire was busted at the harness where it goes in. So I had to basically repin that harness in a sense with that. Thankfully, found a diagram online real quick. So found there's 25 slots. So figure out which one it goes to. Put all that back together the other day, and now all that's working. So I figured, well, driver doors are usually the ones that go. So I should check that, even though there wasn't any issue. But I had a bad speaker in that door, so I was figuring that's probably it. And come to find out, after ripping all that apart, finding that somebody did address that issue before I bought the car, but instead of doing it right, they drilled a hole through the front of the plug and jammed a few wires through it. So not only do you got to plug in a 25-pin harness, but a few pins are missing with a hole with about 5 wires that run through it. So that was a pain. So I had to rip the inside of the door apart so that way I can kind of pull the wires and push the plug to get it all to line up after cleaning everything up. I should just replace that, but I don't have another harness because I don't destroy them like that. So I don't know, but everything's all together. And come to find out, the speaker was blown, which is a super shock and ticked me off. But I had an extra one downstairs, so now everything's all back up and good again. So unfortunately, sometime I'm gonna have to address that harness. Everything's together, it works. They did a crap job with it, like some type of hack job, but everything's there for now. So next time I hit the junkyard, I'll go steal a harness and make it another project.
Sounds like you're gonna have a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I would have been super pissed if I got that all back together and found out the speaker was blown anyways.
Yeah, I kind of was, and the lady just kind of chuckled. So when I tested the speaker with the 9-volt, I was like, "Oh yeah." Well, after I just ripped all that apart, but it happens. But yeah, that's like that whole, see if you have gas before you change your fuel pump deal. But
Hey guys, I gotta go. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
take care. Yeah, probably should have started with the obvious or with the easiest, but us guys, we got it figured out.
I would say we never start with the easiest.
Well, I checked the speaker, ripped the whole fender off. Well, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm not snitching.
Who were you telling?
The world.
Fuck you.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, we got to hear the whole story.
Oh, I didn't tell him the good stuff.
You better not.
The fact that you were biting him.
Go ahead with the rest of it, butt naked.
No. There's kids out there. Plus, some things aren't for online.
I sent the kids away.
I see. I show up and you're like, "Oh, get the kids out of here." Great.
Oh, trust me, they've heard me say worse.
So 223
Yeah,
said,
New Yorkers.
223 says he just gave you a sub, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rob's almost at 500.
Yeah, almost.
So it's like 7 short of 500, I think.
Crap. I think I lost a sub today.
Doesn't surprise me. Somebody outgrew a Glock, so they were like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm surprised I got 500, man. I think that's pretty cool. So I do appreciate it to anybody out there. So for somebody that doesn't do stuff every week, 5 times a day, or, whatever, 5 times a week, it's thing every day or this or that. So I'm not always giving away free stuff and all this stuff. So yeah, kind of cool. Those are real people, those 500. Nobody's wasting bot money on me.
well, I wish I could get some bot money.
Yep, I'm not getting any YouTube money.
I'm making that nickel 98 a day, living a dream.
Thoughts
It,
of
it took me about 3 days for them to monetize me. And let me tell you, when they do that, and you got a lot of videos, you're going to spend. I spent 3 days having to go back and manually applying for monetization on every single video that we did.
Yeah, see, even if I do ever get to the monetization stage, I'm never monetizing the chats. So that won't happen. Lee says he's 2 away from 400.
I'll drop his channel out there, and I'll go sub to him.
I know I personally don't mind like a commercial or something, like once in a while here or there, but some of these, it's just, I think, ridiculous. You got like 2 commercials in the beginning, and you got like 5 in the middle, and it's almost like TV. Something that could have been, you could have watched in 10 minutes. It's almost, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
But you got to look at you get paid per advertisement, and you can adjust how many you want in there sometimes, and other times you can't.
So
The people that do go for it, I'd prefer if you go for the minimum. Yeah, I assume you're not making, you're not buying a new car off of this type of money. So probably keep more people around if you don't overdo it with it, is all I'm saying.
yeah.
If you run the same as the big channels, you should be okay. That's what I'm doing.
For 223 DMR, I put a link to his channel up a little earlier. Artak and Daughters. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, for the Artak and Daughter channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he says, Mr. Late, what's your link? And I'll sub. It's Artak and Daughters. Voss is pretty darn good at getting channel links out there. So. So, Rob, you got any videos you're going to be doing?
Not yet that I'm aware of. You never know, though. Once in a while, I just get the bug to do one in a sense or something, but not off the top of my head here. So I've got a big list of things to get done, and right now I'm actually a day or 2 behind. So we'll see. What free time. I don't really have much coming up here. At least till I knock off the priorities first.
You have priorities?
Oh yeah. I know. You think I don't know, good luck and lottery just comes to me or something, but it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, I've got to work and I've got to do things too.
I thought you were going to join that New York lottery. Go get the vaccination and try winning $5 million.
No, that's okay.
I thought the lottery was get the vaccination, maybe get a blood clot.
Yeah, right.
That's the Johnson & Johnson lottery.
Or the tail.
That's the Moderna.
And a third eye.
Pick your poison,
Yeah, the Pfizer one, you get a hard on, you never lose it.
Well, they'll sell out.
Well, there you go. Congrats, Lee, on 400. Now you're just 600 more away.
I still don't see DMR's link. I must be blind.
Well, if he just subbed to you,
Did he?
you should have got an email. And in that email should have his, where you can click on and go to his channel.
You are correct. If my email would work.
I'm just saying.
So what you guys already cover? Anything good?
We covered a moron who went to an Air Force base. That was a pretty funny story. Did either one of you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about it.
No.
Let's see if I can find the story again. It was pretty funny. Wichita Falls, an Illinois man is arrested at the Shepherd Air Force Base main gate carrying a semi-automatic pistol, numerous rounds of ammunition, vape pens, and bags of marijuana, according to arrest reports.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Dumbass.
The guy was from Springfield, Illinois, is charged with unlawful carrying a weapon, possession of controlled substance, and possession of marijuana. Wichita Falls police were called to the gate on Wednesday, May 19th, after Shepherd Air Force security detected the odor of marijuana coming from a vehicle attempting to enter the base. Security officers said they found a gun, ammunition, and drugs in a search of the vehicle. The ammo included 2 loaded Tapco rifle magazines, another loaded rifle magazine, a loaded Pro Mag rifle drum, a box of Winchester silver tip 45 caliber shells, and numerous loose shells. The illegal substance included THC cartridges, vape pens, a grinder with marijuana residue, a container of THC wax crumble, and 2 small bags of marijuana inside a gun case.
So whose brother was it coming to hang out?
I thought it was yours.
No, that sounds like a dumbass family member trying to get on base. That's funny.
Or a guy coming back from leave.
No, you're not gonna roll up like that. That's suicide. I mean, you know, there's a good chance you're gonna get passed through, but if you don't, that's just crazy.
That's exactly what my thought was. 223. They still make Tapco mags?
Yeah, there's tons of them out there. You can still order them from CD N&N. And Gun Magazine Wheelhouse still has them. Where else are you going to get 20 round SKS mags at?
I guess, yeah. But yeah, it was. I saw that headline pop up. I'm like, yeah, we got to talk about that tonight. So, Foss and I covered it a little bit.
Yeah, not the brightest, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you saw his booking photo, I'm telling you, he kind of looked like a moron. So
do you think he was at the drive-thru or something? I mean, like, what the hell?
I'm not quite sure if he realized where the hell he was at.
Yeah, I wonder why he was trying to get out of base, basically. Yeah, he probably had. Well, I don't know. I'm just curious if he had a relation to somebody on base or whatever.
I guarantee you, no one was claiming it.
No, it's not a time to drop a name. No.
Oh, Yep. You know, all the stupid shit I did, I never once tried smuggling drugs onto a friggin' military base. I mean, I probably could have gotten like 4 times the amount of money that I would have got on the normal street, but also, that's like a federal felony.
All you got to sneak in is like bags of M&Ms. Sneak in candy, find people between meals, and that's better than drugs. $20 a bag.
I could see crazy shit happening at Fort Bragg. I don't know why, but when I first heard the story, because all it was guy tries smuggling drugs onto Air Force Base, and my first thought was, crap, did they try to take it on to Joint Base Lewis McChord? That was probably my first thought to it.
I know people mailed LSD. They put it on the back of stamps on base for a while until they got caught. That was a big ordeal. There was something on heroin. I think our heroin might have been heroin on this thing. I don't know. People got busted for heroin too, which I always thought was hilarious because out of all drugs, you're gonna pick heroin out of the middle. I mean, are you kidding me? Like you're just begging for trouble. Like, no, like you want something to go fast or not be nodding off. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, shit, that's crazy.
So, Thoughts of an Old Soldier says, there was a unit on Bragg that a dude checked into pretending to be a soldier and lived in the barracks for 3 months before he was found out.
That's pretty funny. Not for the government, but in general, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ever figure out what was going on at that other base recently? Can't think of the name of it now. There's like 20 some odd people just ended up getting killed or something. Not all at once, but there's some type of sex scandal or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. I can't remember now. You know what I'm talking about, though? It's been in the news. Like every other week, somebody else ended up dead, and there was more investigations.
Wasn't that in New Mexico?
Nah, U.S. base. Well, I don't know if you're talking. I can't. I don't recall.
Hey, woman. You remember like the military base where there was like people getting killed and like it was like 20 or something people that got killed over a few weeks or something. There's like sex case and stuff like that going on.
Yeah, I think it was over a course of like 8 months or something, but still, that's a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
It's kicking around in the news for quite a while. But for the life of me, I can't put a name on it now.
Thoughts of an Old Soldier was saying Fort Hood.
That sounds right.
So that'd be like,
Yeah, I'm just curious if anybody had any news on that, because I mean, there's got to be something going on over there. Yeah, once this could be an accident, twice, but racking up to 20 or over 20, something's not right.
Rich says, I read an article today about an ex-cop in El Salvador being caught being a serial killer, they found 12 graves so far on his property and believe to be at least 40 more. Are you playing with a kitty?
Yeah. Don't leave me alone. Keep the snacks next to my bed, so whenever I just come sit on my bed for a minute, the cat runs and attacks me.
Well, now you're going to have to find a different spot for the treats.
Probably should, but if I do, everybody else will hand them out like candy.
That's why you don't let everyone else know where the hell they are. Like, hide them in the back of the freezer.
Yeah, it hasn't worked. It's a routine. You gotta hop on my lap, love me for a minute, and then I'll give you your treats.
So, Thoughts of an Old Soldier says a lot of people were relieved of duty. Rich White says the officer in El Salvador was fired in 2005 for being a sexual predator. Yep, there's some crazy, crazy, crazy shit going on in this world. So we got any topics going on?
Good topics, huh? No, don't think we have any.
Huh. Okay, well, shit.
Everybody else is quieted down now. Guess get busy over there or what? I came in and killed the show.
I don't know what the hell happened.
What I miss?
We're blaming Rob for killing the show. He said since he's got here, everybody else decided to be quiet and bail.
Oh no, I didn't bail. I was just multitasking. Yeah.
You guys catch Caliber Corner this morning?
I said good morning to you, or I said morning to you.
Oh yeah, yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah, you knew about that mess I was talking about earlier. What's the ammo like in your area? I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but you guys seeing it at? I know UG23, you always got everything, but the rest of you guys seeing it at regular prices yet, or 17 a box versus 30 or whatever?
That's right.
Today I was out because I had to go get a punch set to put the roll pin in the AR to finish it off, and they had a box of 150 5.56 Winchester white box for $120.
Too much.
I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna pass."
That should be $75. No, ammo prices will not go back down for another 2 years. It might start showing up on shelves I know that the Sportsman Warehouse here has ammo on the shelves for the first time. They're still limiting buyers to two per boxes, but they're still selling at elevated prices. But the other day, or 2 weeks ago, I bought 3 boxes of Remington 308 at Walmart for $19 a box, which was normal price. But that was the only ammo they had on the shelves.
I don't go to Walmart.
What's up with the big stores like Travis was showing? They got shelves full of ammo for like $17 a box. I mean, to me, that's still overpriced for $9 mil, for what it is, in a sense. But still, I mean, at least it's somewhat reasonable. I mean, that same thing here is going for like $30 a box if you find it. So, which I'm not buying that, but I don't get how they're getting like pallets of it, but yet every little shop has to charge like almost even double that high price. I mean, I'm not understanding it.
It's easy to explain because the little shops, like the gun shop I work at, don't buy the same quantity as the big box stores do. So the big box stores have national contracts that the ammo companies have to honor at those prices, but they're not going to not drop prices pre-pandemic. They're going to want to gouge a little bit, which is what they're doing. And then the small mom and pop gun shops and the small shops have to buy from the distributors who are already buying it at elevated prices because especially they didn't have a contract pre-corona.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I would think if I owned a gun shop, I'd be willing to talk to a competitor and maybe go in with a couple more and see if he can, nail down a contract or something. So,
well, are you willing to do that in your line of work?
Depends I don't know how I would transfer that over in a sense, but if I could, I don't know.
The simple answer is no. That ain't going to work. That's not going to work.
I don't know. It seems like everybody would benefit because you're getting it at a cheaper price. You got more customers coming in, picking it up. Everybody's happy, and you got versus being yourself and then high.
There's 5 gun shops in my area, and they all compete for the same customers. And all 5 of them are going to go and buy ammo together and then sell it to the same customer base. Ain't going to happen because they don't want you going to somebody else's store for ammo.
So I'd almost bet the ones in my area do that because if one's got Fiocchi, all of them got Fiocchi. If one's got this, all of them got this. Whatever it is,
they're all buying from the same distributor. That's why.
Maybe, and they're all different prices usually.
Exactly. So they're buying it from the same distributor, and depending on how much you buy from the distributor is how much price you get, and then you have to mark it up accordingly. I'll give you another example. We got 2 of those Rossi RA22 semi-autos in there. We got 2 of them. One is brown, and it's $193 is what we're selling it for. The other one is black, and that's the only difference in color, and it's $6 more. So when I asked, why is the doo-doo brown one cheaper? Did it come in? Did you buy that one first, or did it come in later? And he looked it up, and he said, no, I got them from different distributors, and they cost different. So that's why one's $3 cheaper than the other, or $6 cheaper than the other, simply because he bought the same rifle from 2 different distributors at 2 different prices that they were selling it at. And you'll see that sometime in a couple weeks when I drop that video. It'll be the Rossi 22, which I found out it will take the Mossberg 712 AR-15 22 mags that they make. It'll take those 25 round mags. It'll look funky, but it'll accept the mags and it'll feed and fire fine.
I have a Rossi hat. That's
Oh, is it time to pick on Smith and Wesson now? I got another Smith and Wesson story.
it's
Go ahead.
always time to
Yeah.
pick on Smith and Wesson.
I hate.
Where's the kick out button?
You need to have a gun in your logo pointing at me, like Will Dwell Arm did.
Rob's
The,
like, I
the
gotta
20
change that.
the 22 M&P pistol. We've been shipping them out without extractors.
Damn, that's not good.
No.
Extractors cost extra.
Well,
I was waiting for you to say something bad about them, and I was going to be like, bullshit. Mine's run perfect. Da 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 da. Because it has, but mine came with an extractor, though. So I guess I'll shut up.
yeah. So, and I checked all the ones that we had today in the shop, and they all got extractors. But if you call them, they'll actually send you 4 for some reason.
Because of the fact they don't want to deal with the bad PR.
Probably.
So it's
Just
just
in case if you know somebody who has one that doesn't have an extractor, oh, I got an extra extractor for you. You don't have to call Smith and Wesson and cuss them out,
I'll sell it to you for $2
right?
or $5.
They're probably saved some phone calls. That's a shame, though. I wonder how many came out like that,
I don't know.
a week's worth or something.
Yeah, same way with the barrels being over torqued on the M&P 5.56 rifles, like that one we had where I said that a couple weeks back, but it's next in line to get on the gunsmith table. It's been up there for 5 weeks now. And then we had to send the other one back that didn't have the gas port drilled in the barrel. So we sent that back this week.
Have a good night, Lee, and congrats on the second grandchild.
I see you, buds. I see.
Yeah, take care, Lee.
And I see we are infiltrated by Valde Curious and Mr. F&H. So, welcome, guys.
Oh, damn New Yorker in here.
I know. We've got a second Yorker.
I see, buds.
Hopefully Smith & Wesson gets that figured out, because that ain't no good for business.
No, it's not. And, as much as I like Smith & Wesson, I'm definitely disappointed at, they have been able to keep us well stocked. We had no problem getting Smith & Wesson M&P rifles and pistols, and we got several of the new, like 6 of the new M&P Shield Pluses in, plus the Performance Center one, which is, I like that one. I just don't have $800 to spend on one.
Yeah, I'd like the Performance Center myself.
That's the one that we got. If we got the Performance Center, it's got fiber optic sights, and it's RMR cut, and it's got the half-inch longer barrel on it. It's nice.
So, we were at Coastal today, and when I went over to look and see, what kind of ammo they had, when he said, yeah, we have some 5.56 and some 9mm, and I'm like, okay. So I went over to check and see, what they had and what it was costing, and the wife sees a friggin' revolver, and she goes, ooh, I need, you should buy me this. And then, so I looked at it. It was a little 38 special, and she's like, yeah, it's cute. Like, you don't pick a firearm based on the fact if it's cute or not. Because I do.
Never let her go car shopping.
No, she doesn't let me go car shopping by myself because my buddy and we went car shopping. Well, we went to go look at cars because the wife and I had talked about getting a 4-wheel drive for in the wintertime and everything. And well, I came back with a Suburban with a lift kit and 35-inch mud and snow tires on it. When I was supposed to be looking, I bought the damn thing.
Well, once in a while you got to make a decision, you know. But if you're a partnership or she's chipping in, then you know, obviously considering her feelings would have been a good thing. But
Probably. I probably
something she might need a ladder to get into, probably you can expect you're going to catch some shit over. So
She loved it after. So we roll. My buddy and I pull up and we yell up to our wives. We're like, "Hey, you guys want to go for a test drive?" They're like, "Oh hell no, you can take that right back." And my buddy's like, "No, you can't. He just bought the damn thing." I'm like, dude.
so you tried to play it off too. That's where you screwed up, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you're really using that off-road stuff, I don't see the purpose in it.
I took it off-roading all the time. I took that thing, played in the hills.
Yeah.
I took it in places that it shouldn't have gone.
No, that's different. So, see a lot of people around here that have some jacked up trucks and rough country lift kits and all this crap and blah, blah, blah. And swear all they do is burn money to try to look cool, man. Like, they don't do shit. They're scared to take their truck off the road. They don't want to scratch on it. Like, they ain't putting nothing in the back of that thing. It's got a tonneau cover. That's it. Like, you ain't even putting groceries in there. Like, the hell are you buying a truck for, man? Like, I swear, there's got to be a lot of people compensating for something out there because some of this is just ridiculous. And then you got those tires. I mean, they don't understand the compounds for those tires are softer and stuff. Like, you just eat it up going down the road. That train track feeling going, you know, and brrr, like, you're just burning money up, dude. Like, I don't know. And those tires aren't cheap. I mean, shit, you know, average, you might spend $1,200 a set. Like, and that's probably cheap. Like, that's crazy to do that every summer, every other summer, like, just to look cool. Like, man, you know, people should have got more hugs as a kid or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's some around here that they'll buy, like, the trucks. They'll put a, you know, like 8-inch lift kit on there, and then they got like 24-inch rims and low-profile tires.
Yeah, I see that too.
I'm like, what the hell? You're never going to take that damn thing off-roading.
I don't know. What blows my mind is that you won't even put shit in the back of it. Like, I've had to, you know, go pick up furniture for a lady, and her husband had a nice truck. I mean, it was nice, so nice that he won't even put a chair in the back. Like, I mean, what, you know? To me, I don't understand that. Like, dude, like, you know, I don't know. It's just so unpractical. Like, such a waste. The insurance, the bigger brakes, the extra spark plugs, everything, the tires. I mean, you know, you're paying more for bearings, you're paying more for gas. I mean, the whole thing, you're just paying more for an image. Like,
that's fine because it's going to keep me in a job. So shut up, Rob.
That's all right, man.
Buy the bling bling tires. Put the 24s on there. Don't haul nothing in your truck. That's because they don't make station wagons no more.
So it's funny because around here you'll see like jacked up trucks, like like newer or brand new jacked up trucks with like 24-inch rims and low profile tires. And then you'll see people out there running around with like your classic trucks, your 40s, your 50s, your early 60s pickups, and they're hauling trees and they're hauling, friggin' lumber and all different crap in these like show trucks. And they're still using them. While the newer people, the ones that got all the new crap, are like going, oh hell no, I can't put a flower in the back of my truck.
Yeah, it's a crazy world, man. I don't understand it.
Gun loving grandpa.
I mean, it's like the. Oh, go ahead.
Gun loving grandpa says, have you seen anybody buy a 4x4 and lower it? Yes. I saw a guy who had a friggin' 95 Suburban, 4-wheel drive, and he had friggin' 12-inch gold Dayton sitting on there and slammed to the ground, and he couldn't go over a fucking speed bump without bottoming out.
Yeah, I've seen some trucks like that. There was a Subaru Outback, like one of the wagons. Some are nah. Yeah, I'm thinking the wrong thing. Honda CRV, where that was all lowered out and stuff, like crazy. Like the same thing. You hit potholes, you see spark coming out from underneath it and everything. It's just like, wow. I don't know. I guess it was turboed and fast and all this type of stuff, but just seemed a little strange.
Yeah.
That's what they call in Chattanooga when your bling blings go scrape scrape.
Or the morons that friggin' put a 6 or 8 inch lift kit on your front end and slam your ass into the ground so your bumper drags.
The pants got a drag.
That really a thing? I thought that was just that one idiot on YouTube.
No, there's morons that do that.
That's a drag ass butt.
Wow.
So I see Richard White's heading out for his wrestling chat. So later, bud. Yep.
Yeah. Good luck, Rich.
There's some stupid moronic things that are going on, and you still shake your head, and you're like, "What in the fuck are you guys thinking?"
Yeah, I've seen an old lady, like old, brittle old, the white hair, all that, 2 hands on the wheel, white knuckling it, doing 25 down the street, and a brand new vet a couple times. Like she drives right around, like, and she drives it like she's driving a Saturn. You know what I mean, or something. I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, that poor car, like, and you gotta like look because she's so small too. The hair really stands out. That's how you know it's her, the big poofy white hair. So wow, like, I guess so. If that was your bucket list item, I guess you probably have a happy kid.
One of these days, I'm going to take a picture of one of the cars that's in this town. Just so you guys can see how fucking ugly it is.
I wish I would have got pictures because I hadn't seen them in a while. They were all Crown Victorias, late 90s police cars, ex-police cars. One was dressed up like SpongeBob. The other one had like the Superman. The other one was Batman. I think one was Barney.
Let me see your arm.
So
all color coordinated.
There's a car in here in the area. It's like an old Geo Metro. They chopped the back of it and turned it into like a truck and everything, and then spray painted it flat black and everything with the Batmobile, so it kind of looks like the Batmobile kind of look. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's probably the most hideous fucking car you're gonna ever see.
So how you gonna feel when SpongeBob car rolls up to take your daughter out on a date, Artek?
That shit ain't happening.
Yep.
It's funny. My oldest just bought a Harley. I'm sure she paid too much. She ain't even trying to tell me. And she's already asked me about switching the lights to LEDs because some of them don't work and this and that. Seen the pictures. Of course, it's in a showroom on, the checkered floor and everything. So I don't know. She don't even want to tell me because she knows I'll just get pissed off. But sure, she paid too much for that damn thing. So
What?
Nevaeh's bike. So we'll see what kind of headache that turns out to be.
Well, if it's a Harley, you can guarantee it's gonna be.
A headache.
I mean,
An overpriced headache. Yeah. What's wrong with a little Rebel or something? I don't know.
you definitely know there's gonna be an oil leak.
But it's pretty.
Yep. It's like Rich said, once a woman says that a gun is cute, forget it. She is going to be determined to get it.
See, if she would have said that at my gun store, I'd been like, yes, you need this. And your husband told me he was going to buy it for you. You'd have been buying that revolver today, buddy.
If a woman has no self-control, she shouldn't be referred to as your wife.
Hey, she walked out of the store without throwing a fit that I wasn't buying her the revolver. So
Wait a minute. That's the plot calling the kettle black there. It's about a woman with no self-control. Your old lady just get drunk and you had to take her upstairs and then you had to fight her and all that.
She was drunk, though.
So no self-control, right?
And she actually texted permission to the kid, like saying, Dad scoops me up and cuffs me. It's okay. I get my permission.
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Is that bullshit?
No. I sent her a text and said, if I get out of control for legal purposes, Dad can handcuff me and lock me in a room.
There you go.
I get out of control.
And what'd she say this morning? That I should have done what?
You should have handcuffed me and locked me in a room.
Oh. The only bad part about if you would have handcuffed her and locked her in the room is how the hell is she going to wipe when she has to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that. But she would be yelling so much I'd have to carry her in or just passed out. So, but it wasn't a problem.
Bidet.
Well, Rob's too cheap of a bastard to have a bidet, so you know that's not happening.
I got a hose.
I got a shower head on a wand.
Pull that garden hose up there, no problem.
Would that be considered hose and ass?
Yeah, I guess. Make sure you describe it real carefully so you don't get CPS showing up at your house.
Well, I had her handcuffed. She couldn't wipe, so I had to use a water hose to clean that ass. Yeah, I think that'll go over pretty well.
Yep. At that point, they're just going to say, you know what, you're going to come with us.
Step out of the car.
I see we have Moo out in the crowd and Mr. SS Pond, so welcome, guys.
Boo. Yeah, I mean, drunk harassed Moo yesterday.
Say what?
I was texting him with a buzz on, bullshitting, and he was like, "Leave me alone, you drunk ass." And I was like, "Oh, all right, sorry."
Oh, you should have doubled up then. You should have just straight doubled down.
I should have, right? Should be like, you know what I ate yesterday? And oh, I saw these shoes and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yep. Yep. Defense Dad, you're probably absolutely correct on there.
They'd all be healthier and they'd break down less.
To be fair, Moo was probably drunk too.
I know.
Right. I don't know. It was early.
Yeah, but it's Moo.
That's a guarantee. It was a Friday. So yeah, he was probably drunk as hell by 1 in the afternoon.
Well, does
Maybe.
he ever stop being drunk?
There was a choice.
When he's got to put a suit on.
Yeah, but he's working from home lately.
I think Moo cut down, honestly. I don't know if he did or not, but he's not having any Bigfoot drunk conversations with me anymore, so.
He says he had meetings until 5, so he wasn't drunk until 2 p.m.
That's why he was like, "Stop bugging me." No.
Right?
His boss is like, "Something going on?" "Oh, just this drunk guy in New York. Sorry, man. He won't stop texting me."
Oh. Defense Dad is on your ass tonight. I don't know what you did to irritate him, but
He's cheap. That's why. It's pick on Rob night. You know how it is.
oh well, yeah. I mean, I completely agree with pick on Rob all the time.
I mean, it's either 2 men in the bathtub or his cars or him just being cheap.
Or him seeing Bigfoot
No.
in the woods.
That would be a good use of lettuce, but I think, do that with maybe iceberg. If I can get it to run off iceberg and I could eat the romaine and the other stuff with nutrition in it, I'd probably consider that. But
No,
at this point, because
See-
it's a Honda, there's a little pissed off squirrel under the hood that's, I got to slip some rocks in there once in a while to keep him doped up.
oh, yep.
And step the pedals, really just a pin poking him in the ass. And he gets that hamster wheel going good. Uh-oh. Come on, guys. This ain't right.
Is that how you capture the squirrels for your Honda?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, if you feed them meth, you'll get about 10 more horsepower.
Ooh,
Oh, that hurt.
I'm gonna have to try that.
So, Artak, if you don't notice, that's a Rob D in a Team Glock shirt.
Oh, is that? I couldn't see it even on the laptop here. Are you shooting a Glock in that, Rob?
He's shooting a Glock clone.
No.
Close enough. That's close enough. How does your Smith and Wesson feel about you cheating on him?
It's not happy. I mean, geez, I had to take it out to dinner a bunch of times just because of a fake photo. Okay. Just because of a fake photo, all the issues I had. I mean, it's not cool, man.
Oh. Yep. So, has your woman left the room?
Yeah, I'm in the other room searching for keys.
Oh, okay.
Jump in the car.
It's like you're lucky I didn't make that comment about her shoes mismatching her outfit on that video after you said something.
Hey, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Oh my God, that finally died down. Don't do it.
Wait a minute. What the hell happened here? Why is your shoes mismatching?
Oh, that's oh. Yep. Rob's like, I'm gonna definitely keep my mouth shut on this one. I'm not getting in trouble.
Done too late. He's getting in the car. He's going to go rendezvous with Sasquatch and the Yeti in the bathtub.
I think 9mm is a great round.
Oh. So I see we got M. Gabriel out there. So welcome. Yeah, Defense Dad says that he's picking on Rob because Snob's not here. Snob never shows up. I'm not anywhere near a big enough channel for him to grace his presence on.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Ooh, Honda Power.
So are you gonna go get your woman a milkshake?
Gotta pick the kid up from work.
I thought the kid just bought a Harley.
No, that's gotta pick my youngest up.
Oh.
No, that's the oldest.
M.
Badass rebel on a Harley, apparently.
M. Gabriel says, will Rim Arms cover the old Remington warranty? No clue.
I'd say they probably would. It'd be stupid if they didn't.
Well, it's a 50-50. I mean, they wouldn't legally have to due to the fact that it's a new company.
You got a point. Same way with DPMS and Bushmaster, because they're all owned by new people now.
Yep. So they don't have to honor a lifetime warranty if their company that bought them out doesn't have a lifetime warranty. They don't have to honor a lifetime warranty if they choose not to. I mean, like you said, the likelihood.
Just missed a motorcycle in pieces in somebody's front yard. I was like, look at all that trash. It's like somebody, I don't know if they hit it with their car, but that bike is destroyed. The best.
You should have offered them $5 for it.
Yeah, wow. There's pieces everywhere.
Or it was a tweaker.
And pissed off X. I don't know. It looks like somebody actually picked it up and tossed it, what's left of it in the yard. So.
Oops.
If I was the owner, I'd be mad. It's like, who left this shit in my yard? Get this pile out of my yard.
Crazy stuff, man.
I'd be out there taking parts off it, putting them on eBay.
There you go. It's done.
All right, now I just got to get Kelly to do hers, and then I'll be golden.
3 walnuts today. Old ones were about shot, wanted to strip out. And spacers on wheels. Hey, how are you doing? Just crap tires.
He must have seen a Honda with the drifting rims on there.
Had somebody swapped the hubs, running hubs before I got the car. For, I believe one's off. They're bigger, and the caliper, the tire won't fit on the damn front without caliper coming on without the spacers on the side. So I tried to I got the car, but I couldn't.
So, Foss,
Yes.
what's your show going to be about tonight?
A little bit about training. Should you be trained? Should it be mandatory to own a gun? Whatnot. That'll probably be most of it. And I should have night
What your
shaft.
last show was about?
No.
Okay, so since you're driving, Rob, I'll read the comment to you. Defense Dad says, "Hey, Rob, I almost bought an M&P Mod 2 used the other day. If it makes you feel more warm and fuzzy, was $324 at the local gun."
That's not a bad price. That's what we sell used ones for.
Yeah.
But the keyword in there was almost. That means he came to his senses and didn't do it. Wow, I didn't get a fuck you from Rob.
It's just the lane is coming. Trying to be polite here.
My mouth?
Beautiful weather. It almost hit 90 here in New York today. It hit 90.
Hey, Defense Dad, here's the secret. Rob can't see the chat, so you don't have to lie. You know you didn't buy it because it was a Smith.
Is he not man enough to handle a Smith?
He says, I didn't buy it because I can't just buy every gun I see. LOL. Exactly. There's credit cards.
Sure, you can buy them all. Now, whether you get paid rent later on or house payment, that's a different story.
No, what you do is you get like fucking 50 credit cards. You max them out in the first month. And then you were like, fuck it, I ain't paying you guys.
Go file bankruptcy, start over again.
Yep.
Don't do that until you get like the American Express Black Card with unlimited funds.
You do know that's a, what is it? $10,000 a year fee to have that card.
If you can have a credit card that has unlimited fee, unlimited charge amount, you can afford 10 grand a year.
I forget which one. I think it was. Capital
I had
One.
one. Wasn't mine. But I had one for an employer that was giving me use all the time. They would spend, 150 grand at like Lowe's, like 90 grand at Home Depot, and other other things. So they spend a lot of money on the card regularly. So that's all it was used for. Lots of materials. It never ain't no problem. It ran through every time. You look that card out, it's gone.
Yeah, it was. I just shredded a application for a American Express Platinum card. So they tried sending me. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's only $1,000 a year to have this card." No, thank you.
I would send the application in and say, hey, I don't want your fly-by-night credit card.
I had a company call me one time. It'd say they were going to send me a card. I'm like, no, I don't want your card. Well, blah, blah rates and blah, blah, this and that. I'm like, no, I don't want your card.
Well, if a company just called me and said, hey, I'm going to send you a credit card, I'm going to be like, whatever. I didn't apply for it, so I'm not responsible to pay the charges back. So if you want to send me a card that I can max out and you can't friggin' hit my credit with, that's your choice.
I avoid them like the plague. Personally, I think it's a bad habit. The culture's changed, and now it's like a good thing to have a good credit score and do all that type of shit. But no, I'm still on old school thought where you save your money, stash your money. Half the time, you end up finding you don't really need what you were going for any damn way, or it's not all what you thought it was. But save up. Not a credit card guy myself. And then other people are like, oh, it's, whatever, 2021, whatever. I don't carry cash. What are you, crazy? Like, I carry a fucking gun. What do I care? Like, you really want to die for my money? Go ahead. I'm not, I don't care if I'm not carrying a gun. When people tried to mug me years ago, me and my friend, I didn't give up nothing. He got robbed because he wasn't willing to fight for his shit. I didn't give up nothing, and I didn't have a gun. Like, I'll take it. You ain't getting my shit. So I ain't worried about that. But nobody says no to cash.
God loves cash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The interest. And I know you can do it good, and if everything works out right, you can, it can actually be some advantages to it. But almost 90% of the people I know have screwed it up. So, are they good for years, and then one relationship, I don't know, they listen to their partner and go on a cruise and do this or want to remodel the house, and then they get cheated on and left with a bunch of debt. It's just the stupidest shit all the time. So it's easy to just, I can figure it out and pay for it later. But that shit adds up. Now, when you see it coming out of your pocket, literally see it, it's a little easier to put the brakes on, in my opinion. But maybe that's just for me. I don't know.
I have credit cards.
But I'm the guy driving a 98, right?
I drive a 97.
I guess you can look at that how you want, but in the end, I'm happy with it. That's probably the difference, and I'm not going to feel a need to trade in every 2 years or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, if you don't come from much and you don't want a lot, you can be happy
I drive a
without
97.
turning into a debt slave.
I drive a 97 Nissan Pathfinder with almost 300,000 miles on it.
Right. 98. My baby's shining at you. It hasn't even been washed, technically. Washed in days. It's still just glaring.
Yeah, you're gonna be saying, "Oh, my baby," and friggin' some moron in a Ford Fiesta is gonna friggin' wipe it out.
What the hell's that turd on the screen?
Probably. Shit, car was cheap, man. Here it is years later. Make all my road trips and shit with it. You know, anything you need for it's dirt cheap online. I don't need much to be happy.
So you could drive Power Wheels on the New York highways and stuff? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rubber band is over.
Yeah, people tend to love this car too. Just the other day, getting gas, people rolled up and want to have a conversation and all this crap. Like,
all those young
yeah,
people like those rice
it's like
burners
it's something
over there.
special. It's not just that. I've had older customers where I was nervous about showing up in the car, but it's way cheaper than driving 2 hours in my truck and try to park down the street a little and this and that so they don't get the wrong impression. And they come right out. Old lady hopping in my car. I'm like, whoa, like, you know, comes up, checking it out. And the next time I went back, she had a little like turboed Ford that she had in her park driveway that she picked up black. I thought it was hilarious. She went out and bought a car similar, like, you know, not like mine, but similar in a way, you know. She's like, oh, I like that. I thought she was going to think I was a hoodlum.
You are.
so pimping
That's
ain't easy,
beside-
right?
I'm gonna jump out.
Try to keep business professional.
Okay. You want to plug anything before you bail out, Foss?
Check out everybody that's been on the chat or out in the side chat, or start a channel, start making videos. You never know who wants to hear what you have to say. Everybody have a good night.
You too. Get a little sleep. I doubt I'll be awake at 1 a.m. to watch you.
That's okay.
Yeah. Take care, man. Try to catch your show on the replay.
Well, that's most people have to catch it on the replay, but you can always leave comments and keep the conversation going.
Yep. I try to leave some kind of saying.
So I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep. Later, bud.
Later, Foss.
I'm gonna pop out for a minute too. I'll jump right back on as soon as I get down the road a minute.
And then there was 2. So Makojo says he'll try to catch it at 4 a.m.
I will be in the bed when he has his shows on most of the time now that I don't work third shift anymore.
Yep. I work days, if you want to call it that. I'm at work at the butt crack of dawn, so
I don't know, Gabriel. What do you got to say? We might want to hear it.
I know.
I'm not Foss.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, damn. I've been called worse.
I threw the link out there if anyone wants to jump on and give their 2 cents about crap going on or firearms or whatever.
Firearms and firearm accessories.
Why all Hondas belong in a junkyard.
I will say this about Honda. Out of what I like from their line of cars is their rack and pinion steering. They have a real quick ratio, especially on those old Honda Accords and Civics from back in the late '80s and in the '90s. They had really good rack and pinion system in them.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Go with the Nissan, like the 300 turbo.
Yeah.
With that adjustable front suspension,
Mm-hmm.
so you could adjust it right on the fly. Dude, that was some tight ass friggin' cornering. So, M. Gabriel, Foss does his live streams at 1 a.m. Pacific. So, what's that? 3 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Eastern?
Yep.
So,
Everything goes on a credit card. That's how I spent $2,000 at Cabela's for free. You know, you didn't spend $2,000 for free. You're
Well,
paying for it. You paid for it.
you got the reward points, you know?
Reward points. Now you got to figure out. Here, I'm going to do Rob here. Now you got to figure out those reward points were worth it versus the interest you paid on those credit cards.
Or depending on how you do it, you may not carry a balance. So you put it on the credit card, and then in less than 30 days, you pay the credit card off. And so you get all the kick-ass reward points and zero interest.
That's true.
So it's
You
like
pay cash, so you don't have a paper trail. That's why you pay cash.
it's like I put all my gas on my Costco credit card because at the end of the year I get a percentage of that back. So it's like getting, a month's free gas.
Right. But is that free gas? What are you paying it off at the end of the month or before it's due on a credit card? You do
Most
that?
of the time.
Okay. Well, yeah, because once you start paying that interest, it starts dipping into that free sweet gas.
Yep. Defense Dad says the same thing. He
Yeah.
puts gas and groceries on it and pays it off.
My problem is I would forget about it and end up having to pay interest on it, and it wouldn't work out for me that way. You know what Rob's doing? He's pushing his Honda to the next gas station.
Or He's getting the insurance information from that Ford Fiesta.
We had one of those. We had one of those as a patrol car. That thing, I had to fall into it to get into it, and I had to climb out of it. It reminds me of like a 1980s Corvette where you had to fall into it and then climb out of the damn thing. It was, God, I hated that car. We had it for the last 5 years. Now I don't have it no more, so or patrol car, so I won't have to do that no more. I'm gonna go back into the auto industry.
The wife's got the Three Stooges on in the background. They just blew up 3 muskets by overpowdering them.
Is that the one where they're in the in the French Foreign Legion or something?
No, they're out in
In the
a
desert?
forest or something.
Oh, okay. Back when I was a kid, I thought they were hilarious. They're not as funny now as an adult.
No, I tend to agree. The slapstick comedy was funny as hell as a kid, but yeah, now you're just going,
I used to buy Chevy Chevettes and fix them and flip them. Actually, if you get one that works right, they're not too bad of cars. The Pontiac T1000 was the same car.
yeah, there's, there's like 5 people still here. And Gabriel's like, I agree about the Stooges.
I don't know. Every once in a while, it'll strike me to watch them and then get to laugh a little bit.
Yeah. Or you just look at it and you go, really?
Why the hell did I think that was funny? You know.
M. Gabriel says, what about the suspension on them?
On the Chevette, they were okay. Well, they were problematic to say the least. Especially the front suspension. If you put a strut stabilizer across the front like the newer cars have now, if you put a stabilizer bar across it, and then the struts it'd definitely improve it a lot. I know a guy who had a show Chevette. I mean, the whole damn engine was chromed, and he used to take it to World of Wheels and all the car shows and stuff like that. It was just hilarious.
So, there was a guy who used to have like a Pontiac Fiero.
Yeah, made a lot of money off of those.
And yeah, he put a hell of a lot of money into like fixing it, making it look all pretty and stuff, and then taking it to car shows. I'm like, dude, this is probably one of the ugliest cars ever made.
I disagree with. I liked the best year was the last year for them because they had all the bugs fixed out of them. Like, so you could get the '88 Fiero
until they caught fire.
Well, no, that was the early models. After you actually had to wrap the exhaust with this foil tape. I had to do those. Like I said, I made a lot of money off those cars. That was only on the 4-cylinders that did that, on the 2.5 Iron Duke cars. But if you had, and the last year for Fiero, No, they weren't death traps. The last year was 1988, and that was the best year because you could get the multi-fuel injection 2.8 liter V6 in it. Man, those things would fly. And the only reason why GM dropped them was because they didn't want to fool with them anymore. After they spent all that time fixing them, to get the bugs worked out, because they dropped the car without doing any R&D on it hardly. That's why it had so many problems.
So we've got G-Webs out in the crowd, Mario Molina out in the crowd. So welcome, guys.
The Fieros were definitely death traps. So was the Yugos. Those cars were hilarious. The Geo Metro was a death trap.
The Geo Tracker.
Yeah, if you turned them too fast. Only 84 and 85 models of the Fieros were garbage. 86, 87, 88, they pretty much had them all. By 88, they had them all fixed. The last year was the best year. Kind of odd for them. But, yeah, even in the 90s when I was working in the dealership, we were still working on them, doing recalls on them, trying to find parts. One guy had one, he had an 85, and it had like 200,000 miles on it. And this was like in 1993. I couldn't believe it had that many miles on it and was still ticking like a time bomb.
Literally, like a time bomb.
Well, that's because those old 2.5 Iron Duke engines, they had what GM did. They went to a nylon timing chain gear and a guide in there, and the nylon guide would wear out, and then the chain would slap against the timing cover. So eventually, it would wear a hole in the timing cover, but that's where you hear that click, 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 or the tapping sound in it. So but those old Iron Dukes, they produced that little 4-cylinder engine from like the 1940s all the way up until 1995 was the last year they had them in production. Yeah, you're right, Mario. The Iron Dukes were really good engines. They put them in forklifts. The old mail trucks, they got them in them right now. Some of them still have them in them. They were replaced by the 2.2 liters later on. But yeah, I made a ton of money off those engines over the years. They bought a mini gun for me. Same way with the old the Brazilian 2-liter engines that the Brazilian motors, they used to leak oil all the time. They was easy to fix. And then the quad 4 engines were halfway decent. At one time, you could get the Pontiac Grand Am. You get an '87 Pontiac Grand Am that had 2-liter turbo or the 1.8 liter turbo engine in it, 5-speed manual, and it was faster than the Corvette that year.
So Rob finally made it back with his Honda.
Did you get the rubber band tightened again?
Maybe he made it back.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I'm still in it. Stuck at another store here. Gotta get something to drink at the house. I'm dying of thirst, so. Got a bunch.
So is it tequila?
No, not alcohol. Something regular to drink, so. About wiped out of juice and no juice, no soda. Got milk and a bunch of Yoo-hoo. But I don't like Yoo-hoo. So.
How do you not like Yoo-hoo?
The regular Yoo-hoo is not horrible, although the stuff in it, I'd prefer just regular chocolate milk. But there's some strawberry stuff the kid got. I don't know. Somebody bought it. I forgot what the deal was, but basically she got given like a whole case of the little packages that like you would hand out to little kids with the straws and everything. So and we were all excited, and then we realized it was strawberry, and holy crap, is that stuff sweet. Like, no good, man, no good.
Mario says it's a 7 and 7 night.
I drank last night. I'm good. Made it through, no hangover, nothing crazy, at least on my end. So,
You know, the last time I drank, Nighthawk Medic was on the stream, and we were drinking.
I still haven't heard anything from him. I messaged him on his Instagram.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him, text message or emails or anything.
Wheeled and Well Armed was saying he actually spoke to him recently. So, apparently, you know, he is alive or whatever. So, he is still out there.
Well, that's good. So the rumors of his demise are over-exaggerated.
Yep. Actually, just probably break down and call him.
What I'm led to believe.
Yeah, say, be like, why'd you take the channel down? What's going on? Are the federales after you?
Oh.
Especially since Joe Biden got caught sneaking kids into Chattanooga this week.
I heard Border Patrol and I think state troopers or somebody just found a crap load of kids, like 100 and some odd kids. I don't know if it was Nevada or some shit being held against their will. Like a bunch of missing kids. The lady was telling me something about that earlier. So
Doesn't surprise me.
Not sure what the deal is, but damn, that's a lot of missing kids, man. Like, you know, what the hell? Like, people don't look for their kids, or?
Well, no, they just send them. They just send them with some coyote up through Mexico to get to the U.S.
Well, I don't think they were all immigrants per state. I think there was, you know, American kids there too, or whatever. But
well, they all hit it for Epstein Island.
It's a lot of freaking kids that are like, you know, I'd go nuts if my kid was missing like that. Like, it's one thing they get disgruntled, run away, want to go hang out with their friends or something. You know, obviously I'm not going to be thrilled, and depending on age, I still might come get your ass. But something like, you know, your kid just straight up disappears, boy, I'd be all over that. It'd be one of them damn movies with what's his name. Just not as cool, I'm sure. Taken.
Commando. Right, yeah. So who the hell lets your kids go like that? Right. It doesn't make no sense. Let's see.
TPC says 168,000 released into the U.S. in 4 months. It's probably a lowball number.
Probably the last 4 weeks.
Liam Nielsen. That's the name I'm thinking of. That'd be the darker Liam Nielsen coming from my daughter.
I have a specific set of skills. I will be so damn cheap it will drive you crazy.
That's right. I will handle this problem as cheaply as possible.
I'll be like, I'll be on the opposite. I said, do you realize that I have teenage girls? What the hell? Don't expect me to pay you any damn money to take them back. Good luck.
That's crazy. Just weird. I noticed that when you go into bigger stores. I know Walmart had them. Some of the bigger, like grocery stores, all different stores in some cases. Post office, wherever you go, you look around, you see those missing kid boards, and
right.
Damn, man, that's a lot of damn missing kids. You figure probably half of them just ran off with a boyfriend or something, and hopefully they're not in trouble. But you know, makes you wonder what happened to that other half, though.
Back in my 20s, when they used to have them on the milk cartons, I'd go up there and then cashier would look at it and I said, you know, that's a pretty good picture of me back in my younger days. Is that really you? I said, yeah, I was missing for about 2 weeks one time. Oh, that's mean and cruel. It was funny at the time. The hell, it was still funny now. Anyway. That's one of the reasons why I'm not allowed in Walmart no more. The other reason why is because I got into the changing room and I said, "Hey, there ain't." I started yelling, "There's no toilet paper in here."
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about that kind of stuff off air.
What shit? Walmart stories?
It's a better one than that.
Oh, they didn't think it was funny. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, is this the one where you took a shit right on the checkout aisle?
What? Did you? Hey, when they asked you what you doing?
You guys calling me a cheap bastard. Jesus.
That is pretty cheap. You when you go to the bathroom? Did you turn around and say, "Hey, look, just don't squeeze the Charmin when you pick it up"?
Right?
Got no toilet paper back there, so I'm just going to leave this up here for you.
Mr. Hanky, can I get a price check on Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo?
Oh. We got anything else we want to BS about, or we want to kill the chat?
Oh, go ahead.
Hey,
What's going on?
nothing much.
So, when are you just gonna take over your dad's channel and show him how much better it could be?
I've been trying to get him to let me do some stuff like edit our videos fully instead of just doing thumbnails.
I told you could do that, fool.
Yeah, but I need to do it on your computer.
Oh, well, you'll have to do it when I'm not here or I'm at work or something.
You gotta give me videos to edit.
Like, YouTube's got that. Watch the tutorial and be quiet about it.
I know how to edit videos.
Well, then, shut your pie hole. Get the step in there, child labor force.
Oh, hush.
There's a lot of free video editing software out there.
Yeah. Just like for hobby. Chromecast.
Let's plug the channels and get the hell up out of here. Rob, what do you got going on?
I got nothing. Thanks for letting me come on and blab a little bit. Have a good evening.
You too. So,
You've been on here for 3 hours.
Faulkner shows up right as we're getting ready to bail out. Mr. Artak and Daughters or Victoria, you guys got any plugs you want to do before you get out of here?
We're still doing 4 or 5 videos a week, and we'll continue that pace for the next month at least.
That works.
Oh, you're gonna blonde me.
So, have a good evening, M. Gabriel. And definitely, guys, if you're not subscribed to Foss, go check him out. Wielding Well Armed. Shafty, I guess he's starting up a new channel.
Mommy's here. It's her mess over there.
They're all out there, and we shall see you next Saturday.